Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.
Dear Venerable Sangha, dear Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English news transmissions on the online TV weekly Buddhist Newsreel, a comprehensive channel. Here are the highlights of major Buddhist news of the week. Standing committees of Hanoi Buddhist Sangha treat the 30th Communist Committee on occasions of Communist Parties of Vietnam 90th anniversaries. BODHI SECT congregate in early spring meeting. Hanoi, Buddhist expatriates from Europe visit and greet Venerable THÍCH Bảo Nghiêm in Bảng Pagoda Sanctuary Temple. Ninh, over 10,000 medical masks distributed free of charge at BINH Pagoda for visitors. Ho Chi Minh City, guidance for prevention and controls of coronavirus infection disease. Quảng Bình, lantern lighting ritual in Hoàng Phúc Pagoda, praying for peace for the countries and equanimities for the people. Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnamese Buddhist Association in Korea pay homage to the Venerable on New Year's occasion. Hải Phòng, congratulations for 308 people at PHÚC Pagoda. And hereafter are the news in details. On the afternoon of January 31st, 2020, at the City Party Committee, Hanoi, in delegation of standing committees of Hanoi Buddhist Sangha, led by Venerable THÍCH Bảo Nghiêm, congratulated the City Communist Party Committee on the occasions of 90th anniversary of the establishment of the Communist Parties of Vietnam.
Welcoming the delegation, there were comrades representing the Hanoi city leadership. Venerable THÍCH Bảo Nghiêm conveyed his sincere thanks to the concerned support of the party, the state and Hanoi city for the Buddhist activities of Hanoi Buddhist Sangha in particular and for the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in general, creating favorable conditions for the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha to successfully organized many important events. The Venerable wished the party, government, and the capital people good health and the greatest success in 2020. Especially, he looked forward to the successful organization of the party congress at all levels. The standing deputy secretary of the City Party Committee, Ngô Thị Thanh Hằng, appreciated the contribution and companion of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha for the capital and the country. Especially in 2019, the capital Buddhist Sangha and its Buddhists actively participate in the city's movements and campaigns, making an important contribution to the overall outcomes of the capital. She also sent her wishes of good health, peace of mind, and amity to the monks and nuns and hoped that the capital Buddhist Sangha would continue to accompany and contribute to the development of the country and the capital.
On January 8, the lunar years of the rat on the month and nuns of BODHI, Bodhisattva gathered in the BODHI original temple in Hanoi, where they met for early spring congregations in witness and presiding over by Venerable THÍCH Bảo Nghiêm, Vice Chairman of the Administration Council, Head of the Commission for Dharma Enactment of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Head of the Administration Boards of Hanoi Buddhist Sangha, the head month. It was also witnessed and attended by Venerable Thích Thanh Nhiễu, Standing Vice Chairman of Administration Council, Standing Deputy Chairman of the Central Committee for Monks Affairs of Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha.
Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm was very happy because there were many disciples and Dharma followers in BODHI SECT to attend. They together reviewed the undertakings of the old years and discussed Buddhist activities in the year to come. The Venerable reminded of the practicing examples of the patriarchs, wishing each person in BODHI SECT to follow the example of patriarch, diligently cultivate the three phases of studies, bringing Buddhism to an ever-growing and glorious name, grandchildren of THÍCH lineage in general and BODHI SECT in particular. In the afternoon of the same day, Venerable THÍCH Bảo Nghiêm also returned to Vạn Phúc Pagoda, Hanoi, to worship Buddha, the patriarchal ceremony to celebrate the beginning of the new spring, closing the warm spring to love meeting between teachers and students amidst the fraternity of religious community.
On the morning of January 31st, 2020, European Buddhist expatriates returned to Bảng Pagoda Sanctuary Temple, Hanoi to worship Buddha, patron, chanting freeing and greeting Abbot THÍCH Bảo Nghiêm. This is a very meaningful pilgrimage showing the spirits of gratitude of the Buddha children in returning to their homeland.
Venerable talked about the history of Bang Pagoda, embraced the spirit of great religion, spirit of studying, preserving and promoting the beauty of traditional Tet holiday of the nation. Following the example of the patriots to the pagoda for Buddha worship, sightseeing, listening to the teaching of Buddhist monks, and showing respect to their ancestors. The Venerable encouraged the whole mass to practice diligently in accordance with the teachings of Buddha and the patriarchs who lit up the torch of righteous law, as well as wished the Buddhists abroad to get themselves increasingly attached to the community. Thus, the pagodas become a place of spiritual activities, a place to connect the Vietnamese community, symbolizing the unity for Vietnamese expatriates. The Venerable wished them all auspiciousness, a happy new year, peaceful and diligent practice on the path of Dharma learning. The Venerable also passed to each Buddhist a Dhammapada verse so that each Buddhist would use that verse as a guideline to practice in New Year, making their life peaceful, relaxed, and happy.
Portion to Official Letter Number 27 CVXGTS issued by Chairman of Administration Council Venerable THÍCH Nhân on prevention and controls of acute respiratory infection, coronavirus 2019 and COVID. On February 2, 2020, at BINH Pagoda, NINH, over 10,000 medical masks were distributed free of charge to tourists, visitors, and laypersons who went on pilgrimage on the occasions of the beginning of the spring of the years of the rat.
Most Venerable Thích Minh Quang, member of Buddhist Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Deputy Head, Cum Chef of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Ninh Province, Deputy Abbot of BINH Pagoda, directly gave Mass on compliments for Buddhist travelers to protect themselves and people around when visiting the pagoda. It is known that Ninh Province this year hosts the National Tourism Year 2020 with the theme Hoa Lưu, the ancient 1,000-year-old capital, with many cultural and tourist events. On January 30th, 2020, BINH Pagoda officially opened the 2020 Spring of the Year of the Red Festival, and the festival lasts until the end of the third lunar month. To ensure the safety of the people, as well as follow the instructions of the Prime Minister and the Venerable Chairman of the Administration Council, the festival at BINH Pagoda has reduced the scale during the past days, so the pilgrims were not as numerous as they were in the other years. The monks and nuns have prepared things for the assistance, copying the corona epidemic, and 10,000 medical masks were handed to the visitors and worshippers.
With complicated developments of the facial coronavirus infection disease and according to Official Letter Number 27 CVXDTS issued by the Chairman of the Executive Council, Most Venerable THÍCH Nhân, issued on the prevention and controls of the facial respiratory infections caused by coronavirus. On the morning of February 2, 2020, Venerable Thích Trí Huệ, permanent members of the Central Committees of Propaganda Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, abbots of Pháp Tạng Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, share instruction on how to prevent the coronavirus infection disease and deliver free face masks to the laity people who came to Pagoda for the New Year's Buddha prayer ceremony 2020.
The NCOV epidemic broke out strongly all over the world, and also coincidentally on the occasion of the traditional Lunar New Year of the Vietnamese, to provide essential and full knowledge to the pilgrims. Venerable Thích Trí Huệ provided detailed information and guidance for the origin, risk of infection and symptoms so that people can promptly detect and have necessary proper treatment promptly. The warning methods have been widely publicized through media. This is because it is a new virus which has just appeared and we need preventive measures to protect ourselves and guide people to have clear and adequate information about this epidemic. Venerable also shared about a diet full of nutrients, exercising to circulate blood, always keeping a refreshing spirit, resting before 10 p.m. and not getting caught in evils. To ensure the safety for people, the face masks have been handed to pilgrims by Venerable and monks, nuns, with clearly detailed instructions on how to use the face masks properly. With the compassion, Most Venerable Chairman of the Executive Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha has issued urgent letter to nationwide to postpone the practice which have large gatherings of Buddhist followers from many various localities. He also advised Buddhist followers should wear face masks whenever going to pagoda or joining a crowded place.
On January 31st, 2020, at Hoàng Phúc Pagoda, Quảng Bình Province, a lantern lighting flame ceremony took place for the people, equanimities, the peaceful world, and peaceful session being, with thousands of local people, everywhere tourists and Buddhists among the attendants.
The lighted candles symbolize wisdom and light of truth. The candle of knowledge, of love, shines into a stream of life, lighting the faith and hope. The light of lantern night warmed the cold hearts. Light follows light. Joy follows joy. Thousands of hearts join the beat with burning enthusiasm, with great joy. The darkness recedes into the past. The light advances to the future. This light, even a small amount of light, will partly erase the darkness of ignorance to bring back the warmth and practical confidence in life. Lighting that light is like lighting a spiritual candle, lighting the candle of mindfulness. It is meant to enlighten oneself, enlighten the world, and enlighten the heart of all potentiality. Let us make a vow to practice, follow the Buddha's teaching, to exercise diligently, avoid evil, and keep the mind pure. The lit lantern night with many profound meanings convey the messages of love, a copious energy from the authentic Dharma.
On the February 2nd, 2020, Vietnamese Buddhist Association in Korea have come to wish good health to venerable monks and nuns of the occasions of Spring of Bread.
Head of the delegation is Nun THÍCH Nữ Giới Tánh, alternate member of the Executive Council, member of the Central International Buddhist Committee, president of the Vietnamese Buddhist Association in Korea, and a large number of Buddhist followers came to Vĩnh Nghiêm Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, wished good health to Most Venerable Thích Đức Nghiệp, Deputy Dharma Master of the Board of Patrons, witness of Executive Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City. None wish Venerable Dharma Master good health and forever as a good example for post-school to follow. In the afternoon of the same day, the delegation visited Canaransi Pagoda in Ho Chi Minh City to wish good health to Most Venerable Danh Lung, Member Secretary of the Executive Council, Deputy-in-Chief of Office No. 2 of Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Abbot of Canaransi Pagoda, and also to monks and nuns of the pagoda. The head nun of delegation also wished the Most Venerable good health and peace, more success in Buddhist affairs. Most Venerable Danh Lung also praised the Buddhist affairs of the President of Korean Buddhists, always lead Buddhist followers to practice the righteous Dharma of Buddha. At the end of the day, the delegation went to visit Thiên Châu Pagoda in Long An Province to wish good health and wish state holiday to Most Venerable Thích Minh Thiện, member of the Executive Council, Deputy Head of the Central Department of Propaganda, Head of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Long An Province, Abbot of Thiên Châu Pagoda.
On the morning of February 1st, 2020, at Phổ Chiếu Pagoda, Hải Phòng, monks and nuns and people committee, Fatherland Friends Committee, and the elderly associations of Như Hàng Kênh World organized the 36 congratulation ceremonies of exactly 369 old men and women living in the localities.
This is a tradition that has been maintained periodically on the 8th day of the new year every year, in the spirit of Buddha's gratitude, the grace. The grace of Buddha, as well as the tradition of drinking water to remember the source for thousands of generations, it is also an opportunity for children and grandchildren to express their filial piety to their grandparents and parents. In witness, it was honored to have Venerable Thích Thanh Giác, Abbot of Phổ Chiếu Pagoda, Most Venerable Thích Giác Sơn, Deputy Head of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Lê Chân District, Buddhist monks, and dignitaries. Among the attendants, there were also leaders of departments, unions, departments and organizations of Như Hàng Kênh World, and numerous elder associations and descendants in the world area. Mr. Võ Tiến Dũng, Deputy Secretary of the Party Committee, Chairman of the World People's Committee, made an opening speech and noted the merits of the family and society. Most Venerable Thích Giác and other local authorities gave presents and flowers to pray for the longevity of the elder on the occasion of the spring of the year of the Rat 2020. Wish them a lot of health, happy life, healthy life, good living to bring up their descendants. Old man Nguyễn Thế Dũng in particular expressed his gratitude to dignified monks in Phổ Chú Pagoda, as well as the authorities for caring and encouraging the elderly. And he vowed to live a good life as a bright example for their children and grandchildren to follow.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, the last news has sized up the quickly newsreel. Thanks for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next programs on Peaceful TV channel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.